Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. We got a really different video today. It's not going to really be so much basketball related, as much as there are things that I would like to talk about in the basketball community. I want to talk about something different because we just surpassed 1,200 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I know that doesn't sound like a major number. Like, even to me, I'm like, 1,200 is really not a big number. But as far as like concurrent viewers go, I've uploaded 345 videos. I've gotten 1,202 subscribers. We're looking at almost 4 subscribers a video, essentially, is what the channel is growing at, the rate that it's growing. And honestly, when I started this channel back in January of 2021, I took a break from it for a while, actually. I started it, and that was a point in my life where I don't really know if I was necessarily depressed, but a lot of things were going on in my life that I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I had just gotten laid off from a job that had caused me a bunch of medical problems. Honestly, I could probably sue them for some of the things that I had to do, some of the things that I was asked to do, stuff like that, like just the working hours, all this other stuff. Like, for example, like, I know sometimes my videos were uploaded inconsistently. My upload schedule is not really consistent. I try to upload one once every other day. But for about a 2-year period, my schedule was changing every 3 months. Like, I was working 9 to 5 for 3 months. Then, like, my manager just had no idea how to manage people or schedules. She wanted 24/7 coverage all the time at a casino that is open 24/7, and it was like they wanted certain amount of techs on at a certain time, certain techs off at a certain time, and I was the low man on the totem pole. Somehow, some way, being second highest in seniority and being the union delegate of my department somehow, some way, my schedule was always the one that managed to get fucked up. Like, they were not nice with holidays. It was like whoever had the most seniority got like pretty much every fucking holiday, which didn't make sense. It was just not a fair shake, really. And I didn't bitch about it because I was just making so much money that, like, it was hard for me to complain because what I did was so easy, yet at the time I was making, like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but for me at the time, I was making like, I think 21 or 22 bucks an hour. Now I'm making like 26. But it's just the idea, like, back then, to me, that was a lot of money. And I was like, I didn't want to bitch and, like, fuck that up. So, they'd have me working second shift for 3 months, then graveyard shift for 3 months, and then once again, back on day shift for 3 months, and then back to second shift for 3 months. And then my days off were split. So, like, there was a time I really, truly gave up on this channel, because I was focusing on that. I was making more money doing that. I was like, fuck it. We're just going to do that. Then COVID hit and I left. I got laid off. And let me tell you, boys, that's when I really started focusing on the channel. It was like 2020, 2021. I think I started working at the casino in like 2018 or it was like end of 2017, start of 2018. And then 2019 rolled around. And then at the end of 2019 was when shit really started getting fucked up with COVID. And then I was basically getting paid for 6 months to sit home every single day, and I was making $1,000 a week. Like, to give you guys a comparison, like, that was more money than I make now. That was $500 more than I make now working and getting paid bi-weekly. And so I was living the life, man. Like, for 6 months, I was sitting here bullshitting about Call of Duty or fucking basketball or whatever, because I had 2 channels at the time. And I was getting Taco Bell, right? Like, everybody, it's funny, everybody was sitting inside, not going anywhere, not doing anything. Bro, I was going to McDonald's and Taco Bell, like, every single fucking day. Like, I would wake up in the morning, make a video, like render it because it took like an hour 45 minutes to render, go pick up lunch, come back, upload the video, wait for it to process, and that was my day. Like that was my day for 6 months. And then once my job called me back to work and I was sitting here doing all the videos, I just realized like I needed to get a job. Like I enjoyed doing this so much, but at the same time it was like after 6 months of doing it, you get fucking bored of it. And I was like, you know what? I need to find another job. I need to find something to fucking do, right? So then I got a job in government, and it didn't end up being what I had expected it to be. When I went there, I thought I'd be walking around helping people fix problems with their computers. Little did I know they'd want me to learn 4 computer languages in the course of a year, not even. And they quickly discovered that like trying to force one person to learn 4 computer languages like SQL, CSS, jQuery, and there was another one, JavaScript, okay? Trying to get one person to learn all that shit in the course of 1 year is damn near impossible. It can be done, but you have to be a certain type of person to want to get into programming and coding, like just letting you know, like only certain people can actually do that shit. I know everybody goes to school for it and everyone's like, yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do Python and C++ and develop a fucking video game and stuff like that. Let me tell you, okay, it is a lot harder than you think. SQL, yeah, SQL is pretty easy, and if you can figure out jQuery, JavaScript and CSS are really not that far off either, but it's just the idea. It's like because a lot of them kind of overlap, but trying to learn each one and learn the different syntaxes for each one and not fuck it up is like borderline impossible. And not to mention, like, the place that I was working at decided they were going to continue living in the fucking Stone Age and never upgrade anything because the ticketing software they had decided to use was tied into everything, Active Directory, all that shit, and you couldn't take it out. So, like, they were keeping this program alive since like 1998, even though we're in 2021, 2023, they're paying more money to keep that current rather than just buying something new. And they were terrified to rip it out because it would fuck everything up. But you work in government, so I guess that's what happens in those situations. Then I just realized at that job with what they wanted me to do that I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get a job working in education. And that's what I decided to do. And I actually applied for a job at the current job I have now, and they denied me for that job. But I applied for a lower position, and they liked me, so they hired me anyway. And honestly, it's like the easiest job I've ever worked. Yeah, there's stupid little stressful moments with it, but it is easily the job that I've been paid the most at and the job that I've probably had the least amount of work to do at, which is pretty cool. And that actually doing that gave me more time to do this because like I go in at 7:30, I'm home by 3:30, and I have time to do this. And honestly, like 1,200 is a huge number for me because like getting back into it, like 10 years ago when I was in high school, I did YouTube, right? And I had like 3,500 subscribers on a fucking Call of Duty channel that was also half of an NBA 2K channel. And I also did videos like what I do on this channel, like talking about, I remember when LeBron James got traded to the Miami Heat, I made that video, and it was pretty funny. Like I think I recorded that video like without a t-shirt on or something, and my picture ended up like all over fucking Google or something for it because of just the like how pissed off I was that LeBron joined the Miami Heat. I was like a huge LeBron hater in high school, and that video actually did really well and took that channel, like I think I gained like 1,500 subscribers overnight off of that video. And then, you know, like I said, real life happens, and, you know, 10 years ago, you know, you need to get a job. YouTube can't pay your fucking bills, you know, it doesn't pay your car insurance. So I stopped doing that. And I've had channels that have been successful since then. Like, I had a channel called Opulent Gaming that I hit 1,200 subscribers on, but also I didn't have as many active subscribers on that channel as I do now. You know, on this channel, like, I also started to realize also that, like, video games just weren't appealing to me anymore, no matter how much I wanted to, maybe pursue a YouTube career in video games. The problem with the gaming sector is it's overinflated, and you are very easily replaceable. Not only that, but you have to put content out there that people are looking for, and unless you're reviewing video games or reviewing the latest and greatest thing in a video game or something like that, like tips and tricks videos don't fucking do anything anymore. That shit is for like TikTok and fucking Instagram and shit. It used to be years ago you could be like T Martin or Sammer X Jaws or even Raw Instinct if you want to go that far back, right? But it used to be that you could make those videos and you would easily hit 100,000, 500,000 subscribers back in 2010 through 2013. But you can't do that now. So, and with my lack of interest in video games, I was like, well, I still like basketball and I still like to talk about it. And I've had people in the past tell me like, hey, like, I've talked sports with people in bars before, and people just like people I've met on the street and stuff like that, and it's like people always told me like you should maybe be like doing this on YouTube or doing something with it because your opinions on sports like make sense most of the time. Not all my takes are great, but you know, a lot of the time I try to cast on some logical sense. And that's when I decided to do the Fast Break Report. And that was going well, and for a while, I got discouraged with it. I was like, you know, this isn't fucking doing anything. I'm wasting my time with it. And then the Malika Andrews videos happened. The Malika Andrews videos did really, really well. I think they're still the most popular videos on my channel. I think each one has about 30,000 views apiece. And then like after that, my channel really started to pick up steam. And you know, it's funny because like the main reason I switched from gaming to sports, even though I'm still like I don't really enjoy video games anymore, really. Like sports games are all the same, all the Call of Duties are the fucking same, even though I'm a dumb fuck and keep buying them every year. The thing is, right, video games are just not appealing to me anymore. And like I said, there's not always people looking for that. But in sports, there's always something happening, right? That's the one good thing about being a sports channel and talking about sports. Like, yeah, you don't make content that consistently gets viewed over and over again, but we can go back and look at like the reactions to like the James Harden trade that just happened or something like that. It's like if you're talking about that, right? At least if you're talking about basketball or sports or a sports team, people are always looking for that. Like there's always something going on with a sports team where like something current is kind of happening. This team just lost to this team. This team just traded somebody. This team just signed somebody. This team is rumored to be linked to somebody. Like, and that was the main reason I did, is because I'd pretty much always have content to talk about, especially in the NBA when you have 30 teams. Like, I'll never really understand channels that base their channel entirely around one team. Like, don't get me wrong, they can be successful. There's a couple channels out there on YouTube, like, there's a guy for the Green Bay Packers who only talks about the Packers, and he does pretty well. But the problem is, it's like in basketball specifically, you get to like August, and you know, like you once free agency ends and like all that stuff, like you get into trade season essentially, which is like I guess end mid July till the end of August, right? Once you get into that window, or like you know end of June. Or saying like June, end of June into end of August, where it's dead and there's nothing going on. And if you're not talking about all the fucking teams, then you have nothing to talk about. And with the Pacers specifically, yes, they're my favorite team. They're easily the videos that do the best on my channel. But I like to talk about other things because I follow every team. I don't just follow one team. I follow all of them. Even though the Pacers are my favorite team, I cover all of the teams because I enjoy the entire sport. I like watching young players. I like seeing which teams are good, which teams are bad, who looks like they're going to make a run this year, who doesn't look like they're going to make a run. And you know, ever since then, it's like, for me, I never thought I'd get back here. I honestly never thought I'd hit 1,200 subscribers again. And then once I hit 1,000 originally, I was like, okay, like, we're in the ballpark. And for a while there, we were stuck at like 1,180, 1,190 in that ballpark. And it seems like that happens all the time when you're about to hit like a major milestone or something like that. But we finally did it. We hit 1,200 subscribers. It's 1,202. And I'm excited for whatever the next couple years brings. It's funny because we hit this milestone in like two or 3 years, and had I not actually given up on the channel for like a 4 or 5 month period, we would have hit it 4 or 5 months sooner. But I'm gonna keep going. I got some cool stuff on the way for you guys. You know, we actually got like merch going out, kind of like I have, I guess I can tell you guys, I have like a t-shirt coming out that says "Help for Hallie" on it. I already ordered the sample. And once that comes out, I'm going to be releasing that because, like, I think it's obvious, like, the Pacers are a solid basketball team, but Tyrese Haliburton needs help. And I figured, like, this is something that fans can wear to a game, right? And it just says #Help for Hallie on it. Like, that's the big announcement, is like, you know, I have the shirt designed already. The store is ready to go. I just got to put it out there. I also tried to make the prices on the shirts not astronomical, because honestly, I don't even want to fucking make money on it. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you're only doing this to make money. I really don't want to make money. Do you think I want New York State taxes, like, up my ass about a fucking Teespring store? Like, no, I don't. But I wanted to provide something that fans could wear, that could raise awareness for this problem that we seem to have, and also, like, have it be a conversation piece. Like, I tried to put it in Indiana Pacers colors. I won't really know if it's actual, I won't know if it's a good copy of, like, the Pacers colors until I get my sample in the mail. But it's just the idea, like, this is what I thought I'd do. And there will be other things. Don't get me wrong. Like, we're gonna put other shit on t-shirts too. But I just thought this would be the first one, and it's cool because I think every Pacers fan understands that Tyrese Haliburton needs help, and now's the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get we're waiting on Ben Mathurin. I get we're waiting on Jarris Walker, and Miles is gonna be Miles, but we need something else to help Tyrese Haliburton, so we're not just absolutely wasting what seems to be his prime years already. Like, he's 23 years old and is already arguably one of the best point guards in the NBA, at least the best passing and facilitating point guard in the NBA. And I'm like, you know what? Why waste it? Get him some fucking help, and let's get the ball moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason I created the t-shirts, is to raise awareness for that. And then other people as well. It's like, I didn't put any branding on it either. I just want people to understand. I didn't put like Fast Break Report on the back, okay? It just says #Help for Hallie, and I'm gonna have a link to it in all the video descriptions. The t-shirts, I think, are $22.99. I didn't want to go above $25 because I didn't want you guys to spend like $30 for some rinky-dink fucking t-shirt. But unfortunately, in order for it to even be worth it to make the t-shirts, it's got to be like, I think I make like $2 profit on the t-shirts, and I think it's also like $2 profit on like the fucking long sleeves, and that's just so, like, I'm only doing that because I'm worried about sales tax and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how all that really works. So that's the main reason I at least took a little bit of profit, is like, so if taxes and all this other shit does come back to bite me in the ass, at least I have something to pay towards that. Because New York State is a motherfucker when it comes to taxes. They don't play. Let me tell you, they do not fuck around. So anyway, guys, thank you for 1,200 subscribers. I look forward to the next 1,200. Hopefully we can do this again at like 5,000 or maybe 10,000. You know, the channel's growing at a slow rate, but it's growing nonetheless. You know, I'm sure we're going to have other videos that take off and do well. Pacers videos always do well on my channel. But I'm hoping that in the next year or so, we can look back on this and say, yo, we just hit 1,200. And, you know, I understand that my opinions aren't always the greatest, but the difference between me and other people is I try to actually acknowledge when I'm wrong about shit. A lot of other people don't. And you know, there's a lot of people out there who have some wild fucking takes and just never say that they were wrong. And, you know, like, I've had easily two. I've had easily 2 videos that were wildly wrong. The videos about Shaedon Sharpe, like, I guess you could say 2 opinions. I had 2 opinions that were wildly wrong. My opinion about Shaedon Sharpe and my opinion about Pascal Siakam being overpaid, which isn't too fucking bad, I think, when you consider a 3-year span. So, like, there are people that I see make videos every single day where it seems like every other take they upload is just wildly fucking incorrect. And based on my like to dislike ratio, I would think it seems like you guys agree with me on most of what I say. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. Thank you for 1,200 subscribers, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.